the screen right now? It says the May 2020 PSLE Intensive Math. All right, so this is the May 2020 Intensive Math session. Is the 2020 version, right? The May version right now. Welcome to our this intensive course. So a bit of admins first. Now this course is 4 days, right? So it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we take a break, and then after that we have Thursday and Friday. The timing is the same. That is from 11 to 1 every one of this day. There's 2 hours per day. Okay. And what I'm going to go through is I'll be going through a lot of basically I'm going to go through the heuristic first. I believe you have received this, right? I know Samuel has received. How about Blossom? Have you received this?
Yeah.
The soft copy, yeah. Okay, either soft copy or hard copy is fine. So both are fine. And we'll be going through the heuristics. Okay, so this course is a new course. What do I mean by new course? Because previously we designed this to be like 5 days. It's longer. I think it's like at least 3 hours or 4 hours per day. But then now that we're doing it online, you know, I don't think you can or even myself, I don't think I can last for like 3 hours non-stop. Have you ever had a 3 hours non-stop session online before? Samuel, no. Samuel have or not? Don't have. Okay, Blossom? Samuel have. Blossom, have you ever had a 3 hours online non-stop session before?
No.
Never, right? Samuel have. Samuel, yes?
We did that science thing, right?
The science thing, what was the science thing? No, we're not here for the intensive science. Huh?
I know, but last time.
Oh, but it wasn't online? I don't think it was online, right?
No.
It wasn't online, so I'm talking about online, right? So my experience is that we already did the PSLE Science intensive course 2 weeks ago. So 2 hours, right, is really long. So what we do is we will have a break, okay? That means now it's 11, then at about 12 o'clock, we will have a short break. Because from my past experience, after 1 hour, wow, everyone is a bit groggy, sleepy already. Okay, right? So no worry, we're gonna take a short break, okay? Every half time. Half time is like at about 12 noon. Okay, so that's the admin part. So we all got everything and we can hear everyone, so that's fine. So now the other thing about this course is that usually for my classes, we are very interactive. Okay, Samuel will know because Samuel is actually my current student for the ongoing. So Blossom, I think you found us through Facebook, right? Your mom found us through Facebook. Mom or dad? Yeah. So Blossom is new to us, but we are very, how should I put it? I'm not the disciplinarian type, okay? Meaning we are very interactive. Okay, doesn't mean we have no discipline, okay? But feel free to ask me any question as you go along. Because here, there's only 2 of us. Not 2, 3 of us, right? There's only 2 of you and 1 of me. So as we go along, and then if you have any questions, right, feel free to stop, you know, just raise your hand. You can press the raise hand button. I can see you, so you can physically raise your hand. Or you can shout like, hey, stop. I don't know what's going on. Okay, no problem. Got it? No worry, no issue, right? So another thing I need to let you know is that all these courses are recorded because for all online sessions, they are all recorded. But don't worry about saying things like, I mean, just be yourself, it's fine. Okay, I will not be like spreading the whole thing that, hey, Samuel said that he's what teacher, I won't say any of this. Or Blossom say that no. Don't worry, no such thing. Okay, we have edit, and then even if you to take bits and pieces of this out for advertisement, right? I will go through first, right? I will not anyhow take like maybe Samuel is like don't know what, digging his ears and okay, those ugly stuff I will not show. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so don't worry. Feel at home because you are at home. Okay, we are all at home, right? Just feel at home. So number 1, got queries, ask. Number 2, if you have anything that you don't understand, just ask. Now, even when I'm going through all these topics, right, and even if there are things you don't understand, that is outside of this topic. For example, maybe I'm going through before and after, and then suddenly you remember, hey, circles, what is that formula or what formula? You can ask as well. Okay, so don't worry. And you want to go to the toilet, just say, I want to go to the toilet. Okay, don't need ask for permission, because I cannot do anything to you. You understand? Let's say if Samuel wants to go to the toilet, and then I say, no, you can't go to the toilet. Can I do anything? No, Samuel will just go to the toilet. Okay, so please feel at ease at home. Okay, Samuel knows me well, so no issue. Now, another thing is this, we provide free consultation to all our students. So Blossom, you join our course, so you're one of our students. Meaning, what is this free consultation? That means that even after our lesson, or even after, let's say this whole course, right, next week, let's say you have like some little things you don't understand, feel free to message us and arrange for maybe like 15 minutes or 20 minutes, right? Like Samuel does. I do free consultation with Samuel. Samuel, what was the shortest consultation that we ever had? Do you remember?
2, 3 minutes,
3
5 minutes.
minutes. 3 minutes, okay? Awesome. 3 minutes only. He came with how many questions? 3 questions, right? And then we solve it within like 3 minutes. That's it. Okay, I'm okay with that. Okay, so don't worry. Anything, just let us know. Because after all, what I'm going to go through this entire week, right, is a lot of stuff, right? I'll be going through a lot of stuff. Now, if you have received the notes, soft copy or hard copy, right, you will know that this whole thing is 56 pages, right? It's 56 pages, and a lot of them is a lot of questions jam-packed, very condensed together. And of course, there are some stories, right? Stories like, see this one about myself. You can see the screen. So this one don't need to see. This is just a bit of what did I do for the past 13 years. Okay, so I've been teaching math, just to summarize. Okay, some testimonials. That means from the other students, what they hear about, what they say about us. And you see, without further ado, I go straight into the remainder concept. Now, before I jump into the topics and all this stuff, I just want to give an overview. Okay, overall, what's going to happen in this course. Now, the content of this course is broken into two main parts. You see that the first parts, right, are all heuristic. So what are the heuristic I'm going to go through? You see, remainder concept. I'm going to just shrink this a bit. Yeah. Okay, so this is the first part, right? Heuristics, repeated identity, equal concept, before and after, all the before and after. And let me go to the second part quickly. The second part is actually this topical stuff. So the topical stuff are here, right? Average is one of them. Average is not a heuristic, okay? It's a topic. Then after that, I also have this. Value units is a heuristic. And then the other part is this one, difficult math topics. Okay, revision. Right, so first part, heuristic. Second part, math topic. So hopefully we should be able to finish the heuristics, I think today and tomorrow, right? The heuristic part. Now, maybe, if you look at all these heuristics, right, there are, I think, like 5 or 6 of them. I have specifically chosen these few heuristics. Okay, now this is not all, I'm not teaching you all the heuristics that's out there, right? There are some others, like extra short, and then there's the gap and difference, work backwards, guess and check, all this. I'm not teaching all this, right? I'm only selecting these specific ones because I think they're very important. All right, why? Because I've seen them appear in past few PSLE, okay? Right, so I'm not teaching all the heuristics, okay? I'm just teaching those that I think is very, very important for this year's PSLE based on what I've seen in the past few years, right? So, yeah, I'm not teaching all the heuristics, okay? Just those very important ones. And as I go through, I also highlight to you which one is the most important. So, without further ado, I always confuse. Is it further ado or further to do? English. Anyone good in English? Blossom, is it without further ado or is it without further to do?
I think it's ado.
Ado, Samuel, is it ado or to do? Don't know. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I always confuse. I'm gonna Google that out later. Okay, so without further ado, right, I'm gonna jump straight in. Okay, so this is the first one. Now this is the no, sorry, I skipped one part. Without further ado, right, I actually need you to introduce yourself. Okay, this is the first thing that we always do in our class. Go ahead, Samuel. Yes. Okay, so there are 3 things I need you to tell us, right? Even though we are just 3 of us, right? First, tell us your name, tell us your school, and tell us your CCA or your hobby. All right, 3 things. Okay, we're going to start with me, right? My name is Mr. Teng. I come from this Jamin Primary School. I'm not sure you heard of that. Okay? Do you know Jamin Primary School? You heard of Jamin? How come? Blossom, you heard of Jamin Primary? Really? Well, you're the first person who I heard of it. Every time I talk about this, right, everyone's like, what? What Jamin? Okay, this school is still around for your information, okay? I love the school. Why? Because it has great, how should I put it? It's near my house, right? And then they produce very good papayas. I'm not kidding, right? People actually go to the school to take the papaya seed, okay? And then say, I want to plant it in my house. That's how good it is. All right, so what was my CCA last time? My CCA last time was science club. So I like to, that's why I teach science, because last time science club is different. They have this thing called young scientists. I'm not sure if they still have it right now. Okay, so that's me. Now next, Samuel, can you introduce yourself? Yes, don't be shy. Let's go. My name is Samuel. Which school are you from?
St. Andrew Junior School.
St. Andrew Junior School. Is there a St. Andrew Senior School?
I don't know.
Ah, you don't know, but are you in the St. I know St. Andrew, they have like one village thing, right? Is it? It's like the primary school, the secondary school, and the JC, is it?
JC.
They all mixed together, one big compound, so you get a very big, you have a field and all sorts of stuff there. So yeah, what is your hobby or what's your CCA?
Robotics.
Robotics, right? Is that your hobby as well?
No.
Then why do you choose robotics as your CCA?
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Like everything else is just boring.
Oh no, that means you are saying soccer is boring. Football boring.
I cannot run fast.
You cannot run. Then science club, where do you have a science club in school?
Science club. Don't have.
Don't have science club. Mathematics club. Also don't have. Oh no, you said everything else boring. Okay, so doesn't matter, right? That's from your point of view. Okay, let's have Blossom come. Self intro.
Hi, I'm Blossom. I am from St. Anthony's Consultation Primary School.
Okay, and your CCA?
Tennis.
I'm sorry?
Tennis.
Tennis. Okay, so you play. Do you play, like, do you represent your school when you play the tennis? Or is it recreational?
Represent school.
Oh, you represent, that means competitive competition. So are you good in tennis?
Okay.
Have you like won any trophies for your school so far?
Second place.
Whoa, that's awesome, man. All right. So last time I have a student from St. Andrew, who is also secondary school, right? He's a tennis player also. So he got into the school DSA by tennis. So do you plan to use tennis as DSA as well? No, don't. Okay, never mind. All right. So how about which secondary school do you plan to go to? Blossom. Do you have any in mind?
Secondary.
I'm sorry, say again.
St. Anthony Consultation Secondary.
St. Anthony. So it's the affiliated one.
Yeah,
Is it?
next door.
Oh, it's just next door. Okay. Then how about Samuel? Which secondary school do you want to go to?
SASS.
Which is
St.
St. Andrew. Also next door. Next door, neighbor, right? So y'all like to go next door. Awesome. Okay, so that's our introduction. Okay. So which secondary school did I go to? That's one of the frequently asked questions. I went to Ahmad Ibrahim Secondary School. I never heard
So
that.
very weird school that you said.
Yeah, it's not weird. It's just because I like last time we like to go near our house, right? That's the thing. Okay, like it's just 10-15 minutes walk away. So I just go. Right? So I didn't really think much about whatever stuff. Okay, but I enjoy myself there because we play soccer every day in Ahmad Ibrahim Secondary School. Why? Because half the population is Malays in the school. Right? So I enjoyed playing soccer. Okay, without further ado, right? We're gonna jump straight into our concept part, right? So hopefully today, tomorrow, we can finish all the heuristics, right? If we are fast, we might even finish everything, maybe today and half of tomorrow. Okay, so now the first one, as you can see over here, is remainder concept. Now, when I'm going through all these concepts, right, you can write notes, but most of the stuff I think is already written down, so you don't have to write much, right? So there are some things that I will go through and I will do, and then when it's time for you to do, I will let you know as well. Okay, so you can take out your calculator and your foolscap, right, or scrap paper or whatever to jot down some stuff. Okay, now the first thing is remainder concept. Now remainder concept comes out every year, right? PSLE. Every year there's remainder concept. Okay, so we need to understand how it works and how to do remainder concept questions. So here's one example. So you see this John spent 1/6 of his salary on a washing machine. So usually what I like to do is I like to get my pen ready. Okay, usually what I like to do is I will break it down sentence by sentence. You see 1/6 of his salary on a washing machine. Then I'll just stop there. Okay, I won't read further. I will just go in and okay, he has a salary. So this is his, this is the salary, right? And then I'll break it up into six parts. Okay, as you can see here. So 1/6 means that this is the washing machine. WM stands for washing machine, and break it down to 6. Okay, now then 2/3 of the remainder. So every time I see the word remainder, I'll be like, okay, Mr. Teng, they're testing you remainder concept. So remainder concept, what do I need to do? I will have this is like one light bulb. Light bulb, ding, it will ding, light bulb. Ding, I draw correctly, yeah. Drop down remainder. Okay, the keyword here is drop down remainder. I will always have this light bulb go off and okay, Mr. Teng, drop down remainder. So I draw the remainder. So this is actually the remainder. Okay, so if you want to draw in your notes or whatever, just go ahead, right? So drop down remainder there. And then after that, the second part, I will go in and think about this. 2/3 of the remainder on the computer. So where's 2/3 of the remainder on the computer? So this is the computer, break into 3 parts. So 2 out of 3. Okay, so here is computer. And then he saved the rest. So the save part is the last part. Okay, so this is sorry, this is remainder concept for me, right? Most of the time, I think it's pretty straightforward. Remainder concept, once again, is asked every year, so you definitely need to know. Now, just to check, you all know remainder concept, right? Blossom? Okay. Samuel, of course you know that. We go through this so many times, all right? So things like this, I'll go a bit faster, okay? So remainder concept, keyword here, let me just write here, is drop down remainder. Drop down remainder. That's what I would do most of the time because it's easier. Okay, I know some schools say that, oh, just go and change the fraction. Okay, change it to something else, make the denominator same or something. Never mind. I prefer drop down remainder. Okay, it's easier. Okay, then from here, you can see the working that I have. I will know that this part is 750. Sorry, 750 is here. And I will multiply by 3 because I want to find the remainder. So the remainder is actually 2250. And this 2250, sorry, is actually the same as these 5 parts at the top. Okay. Now, once I know that 5 parts at the top is the same here, I can divide by 5 to find one of this. And after I found one of this, they're asking what is his total salary. I know that it is 2007 because I just multiplied by 6. That's it, man. Remainder concept. Simple as that. Okay, any questions on this? No, very easy, right? This concept is taught since P5. In fact, this remainder concept is the first heuristic that you will encounter. Some schools like Chongqing, have you heard of Chongqing? Chongqing, I know this this boy, right? P2, no, they already do remainder concept. Primary 2, I was like, wow, other schools do it in P5, you do it in P2. So P2, they teach them remainder concept, right? I wonder how they do it, but they managed to do it, okay? Right, so this is remainder concept. I don't think there's much query here, so I'm going to move on. So you see, for remainder concept, I don't have much explanation. In fact, I'm jumping straight into question already. Can you see that? Because really, it's not that difficult. Okay, remainder concept is not difficult. In fact, for these questions, right, I may not have to do all of them. We'll just try a few, and then just to check that everybody understands how to do this, and we'll be done. Okay, so now without further ado, again, right? Can we just try a few questions? Now we will do. You do 3 for me first, okay? That is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so get a calculator, get your foolscap paper or scrap paper. Okay, just try 3. We try 3 first, and then we see. Actually, first one don't want. The first one is the same as the example. Okay, just do 2 and 3 first. Okay, can you just do 2 and 3 first? I just want to see whether you all know how to do or not. Remainder concept. What's repeated identity? Now, in repeated identity, usually there are 3 persons or 3 variables. Now, what do we mean by 3 persons or 3 variables? So here is one example. We have 3 persons. Who are the 3 persons here? We got Junior. Junior is a human being, all right? Nana also another human being. And Tim, J and T. So that's why you have J and T here. So J has twice as much as Nana. So J, that's why the ratio here 3:1 because J is 3, N is 1. And then at the same time, N has twice as much as T. So that's why you have this thing here. N is 2 and T is 1. So now we have a problem. Because they say that the 3 of them have a total of 189. How many suites does J have? So now there's okay, take a look at this, right? So this is what we call repeated identity. Why? Because usually out of these 3 persons or 3 variables, there's one that is repeated twice. Repeated, right? So it's twice. Now, who is being repeated here? Blossom, do you know who is being repeated here? Huh? Yeah, correct. Okay, and Nana is being repeated. Why? Because she has one ratio here, she also has another ratio here. So because this person is the same human being in the two different scenarios, what we do is we want to change it, find the common multiple. So the common multiple in this case between 1 and 2 is just 2, right? So it's just 2. Now, what does it mean? It means that, here can be a bit confusing, right? That means this one, the whole ratio, 3:1, I gotta multiply by 2. Because I want to make it equal to 2. I want to make the Nana's portion equal to 2. So I got to times 2. And because I times 2, the 3 becomes 6. Okay. Now, once I made it the same, which is, this becomes 2, is 2. This is my entire new ratio between the three persons. Okay, now we are talking about ratio here. So ratio, you can multiply, you can divide, right? It doesn't change the original number. So once again, repeated identity, how do we identify repeated identity? 3% or 3 variable, 3 item, there's usually one that's being repeated, and in this case it's Nana, because you can see the ratio, right, above and below. Now, how important is this repeated identity? I remember seeing it in like this MCQ. Okay, I haven't seen like one entire problem sum on this, right? So it's probably like one MCQ, right? Or one those 2 marks type of question. Okay, but nevertheless, it has appeared before. That's why I'm putting it here. Okay, so now then how do we continue to solve? Now, because they say that the total is 189. Total means if I take this 6 plus 2 plus 1, that's 9 units. So 9 units represent 189. I can find 1 unit is 21 divided by 9, and I find 6 units. Why 6? Because they're asking how many sweets does Junior have, right? So just 6, right? So final answer is 126. Okay, so this is a fairly common type of question, but not problem sums. Okay, not so much problem sums, but more of like MCQ or 2-3 marks type of question. Okay, so mic test. Okay, welcome back. All right. So now the time is 12:46. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about this most important part of the this heuristic. Okay, I consider this the most important concept that you need to know. Reason is very simple. It is not the most difficult. Okay, now out of all the different heuristics, right, units and parts is the most difficult to do and to understand. But equal concept is the most important. Now, what do I mean most important? Because it consists of many, many marks. Okay, as I mentioned before the break, this equal concept, right, in one particular PSLE consisted like 17 or 18 marks, of the entire PSLE. Is about equal concept. Okay, that means it appeared in MCQ. It also appeared in problem sums. There were like 2 or 3 problem sums about equal concept. Okay, now how about in other years? Now in other years, like last year, the year before that, there is also a question about equal concept, but not so much. Okay, that means every year you actually get equal concept questions. Okay, so I consider it most important because number one, appear every year. Okay, number two, it's not very difficult, right? But it appear every year, so that's why we need to know how to do. Now, what is this equal concept all about? We're gonna take a look at one such example. Now, in this question, this is a 1/4 of Tom's height is the same as 2/7 of Monica's height. Find the ratio of Tom's height to Monica's height. What we do is we make numerator the same. Now, here I need to do a bit of explanation. Why? The first thing is, why do we need to make the numerator the same in this particular question? Okay, I'm going to talk about this, right? So you see, 1/4 of Tom's height. Now, when we read this sentence, 1/4 of Tom's height. Now, can you tell me what is the reference? What are they referencing? Are they talking about the numerator or the denominator? When just by looking at this, 1/4 of Tom's height. Are they referring to the numerator or are they referring to the denominator? What was your opinion, right, Samuel? Don't know. Okay, don't worry. It's okay. It's okay to don't know here, right? Blossom. 1/4 of Tom's height. What are they referring to? Are they referring to the numerator or the denominator? Sorry, I can't hear you.
Numerator.
Yeah, numerator, right? Here is a bit of English, right? 1/4 of Tom is they're referring to numerator. Now, let me give you another example, okay? If I say half of Samuel's money, half of Samuel's money, am I referring to the numerator or the denominator? Samuel. When I say half of your money, 1 out of 2 of your money, am I referring numerator because 1 out of 2, got it? 1 out of 2. Now same thing with over here, 2 out of 7 of Monica's height. So using the same idea, we are actually referring to the numerator. Okay, numerator 2 out of 7 of Monica's height. So in this one sentence, basically what's happening is that we are saying that the numerator in 1/4 should be the same as the numerator in 2 out of 7. Okay, so this is where the equal concept comes in. You need to make the numerator the same. Okay, now in this question only, you make numerator the same. Now, why do I stress so much on this? Because there are some instances where you make denominator the same. Okay, now for this exercise so far, we're just going to look at the numerator the same, right? So 1/4 of Tom's height is the same as 2 out of 7 of Monica's height. So what do? We make numerator the same. See this? Right? So when we make numerator the same, this 1/4 is actually equal to 2 out of 8. So I multiply by 2. Did I change the fraction? No, the fraction is still the same. You know, the ratio is still the same. 2 out of 8 is still 1/4. So I didn't change, you know, and I didn't do anything mathematically wrong or mathematically illegal here, right? I'm just changing the fraction from 1/4 to 2 out of 8. And 2 out of 8 is the same as 2 out of 7. Right, now the numerator the same. Of course, you may be saying, hey, this looks a bit like repeated identity. Yes, a little bit. Okay, it's a little bit. But sometimes here, they do not have 3 variables. You know what I mean? Here, there's only 2 persons, Tom and Monica. So we make numerator the same here. So now the final question is asking us, find the ratio of Tom's height to Monica's height. So where can we get the information? The information is actually at the denominator, because the full height of Tom is here, right? And the full height of Monica is here. So Tom is actually 8 units and Monica is 7 units. Okay, easy or not, the concept? Quite easy, right? Okay, Blossom, do you understand this concept of making okay, then this Samuel, do you also understand this? Okay, great. Yeah, but the problem is in problem sums they don't make it look so easy, right? The questions are like twisted, you know, here and there. So, but the idea is the same. Just make either numerator or denominator the same. Okay. So in subsequent questions, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see how. So we're going to the next part. The next part is the dreaded. I use the word dreaded because if you ever see a PSLE question and everyone complain about it, everyone says it's very difficult, chances are it falls under 2 categories. Okay, first category is this, units and parts. Yeah, second category is value and units, which we will go through today. Where is it? Value and unit is not this one, this is average, right? Value and unit is the last one, which is right here. Okay, this value and units. So chances are they fall under these 2 categories if there was ever a very difficult problem sum. So I've spoken before, I told you about this, if you can solve all units and parts stuff, right? If you understand what this is all about, you'll be invincible, unbeatable, right? You can go into PSLE and then you you go in you come out also Why? Very easy, right? The question become very easy for you because the most difficult is going to be usually, I'm not saying confirm, okay? Except for last year. Usually is units and parts. Last year, most difficult was the circle question. You know, the moving around circle thing, okay? So what is this units and parts all about, right? It falls under the before and after category. Now, because this one is so not easy to do, I will go a bit slower, right? We'll spend some time to do this. Now, before we begin, I want to check, have you gone through this stuff in your school, Blossom? Like, do you know what's units and parts? Yeah? Yes, okay. How about Samuel? Did the school go through with you?
I don't know.
You don't know. Where? Did you go to school or not?
I don't.
Oh yeah, you didn't go to school, right? It's a holiday. Yeah, okay, so probably have, right? Units and parts is usually the last heuristic. Value and units and parts is the last heuristic that schools will go through. If they go through heuristic at all. I know some schools don't bother. They never go through heuristic. Some schools go through heuristic, okay? So that the students are able to identify what type of question it is. To me, I think it's important because once you understand what type of heuristic it is, it's actually easier. Okay, so let's try to first learn how to identify. Okay, how to identify is a units and parts. So in this particular question, in the classroom, some paper clips fell on the floor. There were 2 times as many paper clips on the table as on the floor. So then after 8 paper clips were added and 5 were removed, there were 4/5 as many. So if you look at the scenario, there are two types of variable. There are 2 items. I mean, they are all paper clips, right? But some is on the table and some is on the floor. So the ratio, like 2/3, you can see over here, right? 2 and 3. Okay, it's 2 and 3 here. Now I know in my working I presented a little bit different, but the idea is the same. Okay, let me just draw it like this: before, plus, minus, after. So I have some on the floor table and some on the floor. So this is our before and after again. So there were 2/3 as many paper clips on the table. So 2 unit here as on the floor, 3 unit here. Got it? Alright, so if you don't like this format, you can use the original format. Okay, doesn't matter. I just turn the table, right? To me, it doesn't matter. Any format is fine. So 8 paper clips were added onto the table. So I plus 8 here. And then after that, 5 were removed, so you minus 5. At first, that's 2 is to 3. Then you plus 8, then you minus 5 there. Well, then after that, there were 4/5 as many paper clips on the table as the floor. So this becomes 4 unit and this 5 unit. Okay, so what is the problem here? The problem here is when you look at this number, when you look at this thing, the number of paper clips on the table has changed, correct? Yeah, the number of paper clips on the floor also have changed. And then you go and try and go through all the different types of before and after. Is it single unchanged? Single unchanged means one number never changed. So no, it's not single unchanged. How about total? Did the total number of paper clips change? Did the total number of paper clips change? Blossom? Huh? Total number of paper clips before and after. Before and after. Did it change? Yeah, it did. Because you plus 8 on the table, then you take away 5 on the floor. So very weird. How about the difference? Did the difference change, Samuel? Excuse me. Did the difference change, Samuel?
Yeah.
Yeah, the difference will change because you add different numbers. So this is how we identify, okay? So the first thing I want to go through is how to identify. So the way to identify is that it's not, okay, all the numbers change and it's not total and change. The total also change. The difference also change. So it's units and parts, okay? Let's identify another one. Look at this. Let me look at this one. So the ratio of Ron to Jim was 3:2. So let me set up a before and after table. Ron is to Jim, 3:2. After Ron received extra 15, so here plus 15. Jim spent 8, so this one minus 8. The ratio of Ron to Jim was 3:1. So how much allowance did Ron have? Okay, so we look at this whole thing. Is it single unchanged? It's not because both change, right? How about difference? No. Total also change, so it must be units and parts. You see that? That's how we identify, right? Next one. Okay, I think we can ignore this table. Okay. So there are 4 times as many pigeons as sparrows. So pigeon, sparrow, 4:1. 415 pigeons and 46 sparrows flew away. So minus 416 minus 46. Okay, sorry, 415. As a result, the number of pages is 3 times. 3:1. So it is a, minus 46. Everything changed. Everything changed. Okay, use a vertical table. I think it's easier. Right, so everything changed. So units and parts. Easy? Okay, now we try. Okay, you try. Can you try this for me? Give me the table. First one. Try. If you can annotate, just draw there. If you cannot annotate, never mind. Right, just draw on the... Just draw the table, okay? Don't need to solve it. Just draw the table and show me. What does it look like? The Rapunzel. You know what's Rapunzel? Do you know the story of Rapunzel or Rapunzel? I don't know how to pronounce this. Samuel? Do you know the story of Rapunzel? You don't know. Wait, Blossom, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the story of Rapunzel?
Yeah, the girl with like very long hair.
Ah, very good. Yeah. Samuel, how come you don't know the story of Rapunzel? The girl with very long hair. Did you know a story about a girl with very long hair? No. Okay, never mind. That's okay. Okay, can you draw the table? Excuse me. Okay, so who wrote this? I can't see the name. Is it Samuel or Blossom?
Samuel.
Huh? Who? Samuel. Samuel, did you write this? Hello. Oh yeah. Samuel. Okay, where'd you go? Why did you remove the whole thing? Samuel. Are you there? Yeah, try to come out of the table, right? Just the table. Okay, don't need to solve it. Don't need to solve yet. The ratio is 2:7. Wow, today is cough day. 2:7. Okay, so I got some answers, so let me take a look, okay? What are you drawing, Samuel? Is that what I think it is? Okay, let's check, right? Yeah. Yes, that's Rapunzel. You know the story of Rapunzel? Okay, I'm gonna tell the story of Rapunzel, right? Once upon a time, there was a girl with super long hair. So I don't remember why she kept her hair so long. Blossom, do you remember why she kept her hair so long? Like, she just don't want to cut, is it? Or what? Or she born with...
Her hair got chopped off.
Huh?
But in the end, her hair...
Yeah. But in the first place, why her hair so long? I also don't remember. So anyway, we must tell the story for Samuel. If not, next time people ask him, he don't know. So, like, it's very important. Yeah. So, she never cut her hair. And then something happened. I think there's like some witch, right? Put her in a tower. You know, and so obviously she's a princess or something, I think. So if there's princess, means got prince. So you need a prince to save her. Alright, so I think the prince, to save her, or is it to visit her every day, she will let her hair down or something like that. Her hair is so long that the prince, you know, it's like she's staying on the 30th story of the tower, and she can let her hair down, then the prince can use her hair to climb up. Can you imagine pulling her hair, climb up, like a monkey like that, right? Using it as a ladder to go up to see her every day. That's all I know. I don't know what happened in the end. Yeah, so Blossom say her hair was cut off. I don't know why. Yeah, Samuel, are you also trying to tell us a story? Is that what you ate this morning? Samuel is drawing his breakfast. Correct or not? Samuel. Is that that looks like a delicious cha sao bao, right? Samuel? Yes? You ate this morning, right? Shao bao, very nice, very cheeky, Okay, let's see the stock. Let's look at the question. So both of you got it correct. Okay, so the ratio is correct, right? Your ratios are correct. I'm just gonna write down here because if I move the board, you'll be gone. So B is to R. 2, first 2 is to 7. So gave away. So minus 15 here, plus 15 here. Later 1 is to 1. Okay, I'm writing it down here. So what do you realize here? You realize that everything has changed. The number of blue has changed, the number of red has changed, and the total has changed. The difference also changed. So it's not single unchanged, not total unchanged, it's units and parts. Okay. So this is identification first, right? We learn how to identify the question. Okay, wait, I need to clear the drawing. Okay, next one, do another one. We gotta do another one. Okay, where's my pen? We do this. Rain. Okay, can you all draw the table as well? Rain is a person name, okay? Same thing, draw the table. I see a question mark. 0.8. Rain has 0.8 as much as Archie. So that means Rain has 8, Archie has 10. Right? Rain is 8, Archie has 10. Or Rain has 4, Archie has 5. Because 0.8, if you change to a fraction, what is the fraction 0.8? 4 out of 5, right? You see that? You can change the decimal to a fraction. And you can basically calculate from there. Okay, so in the before and after, can you give me? I don't want percentage. change to ratio number. This Samuel very hungry. Keep drawing bao everywhere. Hungry. Never eat breakfast. What's the ratio? 40 is to 60 can reduce to what? Right? Alrighty. So correct, except for this error. This should be 200. Correct, because Charlie received 200, not 100. Alright, so let me write down. C is to be okay, correction take one. 75 is to 100 plus 200 minus 5. 2 is to 1. Okay? Yeah, so this is correct, right? Let me clean this, and the last one, I think. Later we will come back to this, right? Okay, there were 3/5 as many children as adults on MRT. Oh, Samuel, your correction take too big, right? Whole thing gone. Okay, can you do this one? Do this. Same thing, come up with the before and after table. Yeah, that's right. Okay, all correct. So it's straightforward. Let me write down here. To A, 3, 5, plus 6 plus 5. 3 is to 4. Okay, good. Yay. Is this the last one? Yeah. Oh, there's one more. Okay. Yeah, last one. Yeah, are you drawing a Singapore flag? Draw Singapore flag. Okay, last one. Come. How is the ratio? This is the first part of units and parts. Okay. First part is you must be able to count with the ratio. If you cannot count with the ratio, the table can't do anything. Okay. Wait, are y'all seriously drawing a Singapore flag? Table. I want a table first. Okay. Later then you can draw Singapore flag. Wow. Awesome. You actually drew a Singapore flag. Okay, let's look at the ratio. Let me see. 40%. Daniel gave 8. Evelyn gave 40. Yep. Then the ratio became 1:2. Yeah, that's easy now. So this one is all correct. D is, let me write down. 4:10, minus 8 minus 40. Then we get ratio Darren. Daniel become Darren. So funny. 1:2. They're all Daniel, right? It's all Daniel. Yes. That looks like a. That looks a bit like a Happy Meal. You know, the hash brown, sausage, and McDonald's Happy Meal. Okay, next one. Wait. Okay, so this is the fifth one. Give me 1 minute. Let me clear. Okay, I'm gonna clear the screen now. Okay. Okay, let's go back to our original one. So now what we have done is we have learned, we know how to come up with the table, which is the very important step one. All right, it's very important step one. That's why I'm taking time to do this. I'm taking some time to do this. So now for the units and parts stage. Now, why do we call this our question units and parts? Reason is very simple. It's because, wait, this, calling this parts. Okay, the reason is very simple. It's because one unit at the top, the one unit at the top is not equal to one part at the bottom. So you gotta assign them different things, right? You don't call them all units. When it was single unchanged, total unchanged, all this, you just call them units, right? But the problem with this units and parts is they are different. At the top it's called unit. At the bottom is called parts. Why? Because the one unit is not equal to one part. So you cannot lump them together. Got it? Right? So after you come to the table, the second step is you gotta find one unit, one part. So here is the part you need to really pay attention. Right? This one's very difficult. This is the part a lot of students, okay, most students can come with a table, but they don't know how to do the next step. So we gotta pay attention here. So table done. So next step, what we do is we write down this one. 2 unit plus 8 equal 4 parts. And 3 unit minus 5 equals to 5 parts. Okay, so this is the thing, the equation that you need to write out. Now, where did I get this from? It's vertical, right? So this vertical 2u plus 8 become 4 part. You know, the vertical part becomes like that. Okay, then the other one is 3 unit minus 5. So here 3 unit minus 5 equals to 5 part. I wrote this thing here. Got it? Okay, so what I'm going to do is we are now going to be just writing out the equation first, okay? Next step is write out the equation. So can you all write the equation for me as well? Not this one, right? This one. Okay, the Rapunzel question. So I'm going to assign this units and parts, right? Can you all write out the equation to show me how it looks like based on the table? Okay, do you know what I need to do? Write out the horizontal equation. Okay, I'll do another one, show you. So from here, I will get 2u plus 15 equal 1 part, and 7u minus 15 equal 1 part. Okay, the two vertical, go and write horizontal. Okay, can you try the next one? This one? The raining apple question. Write the equation. How many unit something equal how many parts? So at first, here is units, here is parts, here is parts. Okay, write out the equation. Annotate, write out now. So maybe Samuel, right here, and Blossom. Okay, show me the equation. . Okay. Let me see. How about the other one? I can't see the other one. Yeah. 4u plus 8 equal to 8 parts. Yeah, that's the first one. Then the second one is 10u minus 5 equals to 10 parts. So I'm going to just write down here first. So 4u plus 8 equals 8 parts. And then 10u minus 5 equals 10 parts. Okay, that's correct. What's that? Alright, so wait, we still have more to do. Clear. Okay, next. Okay, now we are writing the equation. Write the equation. Okay, this one. Same thing, right? Just Samuel right here, then Blossom is right here. Give me the two equation. Samuel, what are you doing? 75u plus 200, correct. 100u minus 5. Awesome. Hey, awesome Blossom, right? So 75u plus 200 equal to part. 100u minus 5 equal 1 part. Yes, correct. Well, that's a big flag. I don't want Singapore flag, is it? Okay, good. Next one. Next one. Next one. Okay, do this. MRT. Same thing, right? The two equations. We're going step by step, right? Because units and parts is the most difficult. So yeah, we go bit by bit. Make sure you know the different bits. Then yeah, we spend some time to do this because it's very difficult. Okay, can you write the equation? Okay, that's fast. 3u plus 6. Now you're getting a hang of it, right? That is correct. 3u plus 6 equal 3 part. 5u plus 5 equal 4 part. Correct. Next. Correct also. Next. This one. Last one. Okay, 4u minus 8 equal to 1 part, 10u minus 40. Yeah, see, you're getting the hang of it, right? Okay, so we're gonna go on to the next step. So after I've gotten this 4u minus 8 equal 1 part, okay, we're just gonna write down. What do we do? Well, the thing to do now is to find. Now what you need to do is you need to find. Okay, wait on. So 4u minus 8 equal 1. Okay, 1 part. Then 10u minus 40 equals 2 parts. Okay, here comes the slightly more complicated step, right? This is the step that most students got stuck. Why do I say that? Because now after you have the two equations, you need to make or rather let's put it this way. Find common multiple for either units or parts. Okay, let me show you this example. So I have 4u minus 8 equal 1 part, 10u minus 40 equal 2 part. What is the common? Okay, you can either choose units or parts, right? So in this case, I choose parts. Why? Because it's easier to find a common multiple for parts. So what's a common multiple for 1 and 2? Samuel? Question of the day. What is a common multiple between 1 and 2? Yes? 2. Correct. So I need to change it to 2. What does it mean? That means this whole thing, I got to times 2. And when I multiply by 2, I get 8 units minus 16 equal 2 parts. Got it? Okay. So next, what do? I compare it with the second equation. What do I mean by compare with the second equation? Okay, I compare it with this one. Yeah. Compare this. Now, here it says 10 unit minus 40 equals 2 part. Then 8 unit minus 16 equals to 2 parts. So I can conclude that 10u, okay, minus 40 equals to 2 parts, right? That is what is given to me. So what I want to do is I want to minus one minus the other. Can you tell me what 2 unit is equivalent to? Because 8u minus 16 equals 2 parts, 10u minus 40 equals to 2 parts. What is this 2 unit equal to? Where did I get the 2 unit from? You see the difference here? This 8u and this is 10u, right? So the difference here is 2 unit. So 2 unit, what is it equal to? So this part is the one that a lot of people are stuck. So what I usually tell students is this: if you can do like the table, you can write out the equation. Maybe if this question was 4 marks, let's say 4 marks, right? Maybe you get 2, right? You get 2 out of 4. So that is not too bad. You understand? You won't get 0. You will not get 0. You at least get like 2 out of 4 or half the number of marks, as long as you're able to come with the table. Because the next step is the slightly more challenging one. Okay? So can you see this? You make the parts the same. Then I want you to compare. Do you know why? How come 2 units? How come 2 units is 24?
Because you took 40 minus 16.
Yeah, I took 40 minus 16. But why did I take 40 minus 16? We have to use a diagram to understand this, okay? Now you see 2 parts, these 2 parts, these 2 parts, right? That means that the top and the bottom is the same. So I'm going to draw a diagram. So here is, okay, let's say this is 10 units. 10 units minus 40. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I have 8 units. 8 units here. This same here, same here. Alright, so what this is saying is if I take 8 units minus 16, is the same as 10 units minus 40. So I do not know where is the 16, where is the 40, but I know that if I take, and the difference is, if I take this, I minus away maybe here, right? This is 40. Wow, okay, it's a bit hard to show you. Okay, so let's say this is the same, right? And then this is 16. Here is 16, and here is 40. Right? If I take (40 minus 16), okay, do you get it? So that's why 2 unit equal to 4. Do you understand that? 2 unit equal to 4. Okay, so this is the visual way. That means use diagram, right? What if you don't want to draw diagram or you don't understand the diagram? There's another way. The other way is you just minus. Always take next step. Take bigger number minus smaller number. So what do I do here? I took 10 minus 8, so I get 2. Correct? Then I take 40 minus 16. Okay, wait first. Now, between minus 16 and minus 40, which one is the bigger number? Minus 16 and minus 40. Can you tell me which one is the bigger number? Okay, never mind. Now like very complicated here, right? But do you understand? Like take the bigger number minus a smaller number. Like 10 minus 8, I get 2. Then 40 minus 16, I get 24. You understand that part? So this thing you can only do after you have found the common multiple. Okay? You do it only after you have found the common multiple for either units or parts. Okay, we're going to try another one. Let's see this. Okay, what's the next step? We need to make find common multiple. Okay, for either units or parts, right? So which one do you want to make the same? Which one? You can choose. It doesn't matter. Which one do you want to make the same? Daniel? Huh? Don't know. Okay, Blossom, choose one. Either units or parts. It doesn't matter. Huh? Sorry? Units. Okay. Let's say today, now I want to make units the same. Okay. So what's the common multiple between 3 and 5, Blossom?
15.
15, right? So if it's 15, that means here must times 5 and here must times 3. So if I multiply by 5, the first equation I get 15 unit plus 30 equals to 15 parts. And then after that, 15 unit plus 15 equals to, because times 3, that's 12 parts. Okay, next step, what do I do? Big one minus small one. So big 15 part minus 12 parts. Okay, let me use another color. 15 part minus 12 part equals 3 part. 30 minus 15 equals to 15. So 3 part equal 15, 1 part equal 5. Got it? You see that? Is it easier to understand? Take bigger number minus smaller number. Okay, can you copy this first? You copy this first. All this you can copy in that particular part of the question. Okay, so just copy it first. Okay, welcome back. So what we're going to do is we will continue the, okay, wait, Blossom, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we will continue what we did, right? So now we have we already have the equation. We want to make one of them the same. So this one, I think it's easier to make the part the same. So if I make the part the same, I'm going to get the equation 75u plus 200 equals 2 parts. And then this whole thing was times 2. So I'm going to get 200u minus 10 equals to 2 parts. Now here, because okay, so what do we do next? We take the big number minus the small number. So the big number in this case is, it is this 200. So 200 minus 75, I get 125u. Wait, let me just write down. 200 u minus 75u equals to 125 units. But the other number, there's a bit of a problem because I have a plus 200 and a minus 10. So same thing, I need to take the big number minus a small number, right? So the big number is 200, but when I minus the minus 10, I got to write minus 10. So in your calculator, you cannot just put 10. You have to put minus 10. This is the extra step that you need to do if both the signs are different. One is plus, one is minus. So if you key in your calculator 200 minus 10, you will get 210. Okay, and this tells me that 125 unit is equivalent to 210. Okay, so a bit tricky here. This is the tricky part. But don't worry, we already scored 2 marks just by coming out with the okay, just by coming up with the equation and the table, we solved 2 marks. We got 2 marks already. Okay, so next one, yeah. So I got the equation for u plus 8 equal 8 part 10u minus 5 equals to 10 parts. Can you all try and write this out for me? Okay, the next step. So Samuel right here, and then Blossom right here. Can you write for me the next step? That is, which one do you make the same? Then after that, you take the big number minus the small number. Okay, can you try that now? Choose one. You can either choose units or parts, doesn't matter. Make it the same, and then after that, take the big number minus the small number. Okay, try. Do you know how to do? Do you know what I need you to do? write out the equation, right? Just like, maybe you're typing out now. Okay, just like this. Okay, the green and the blue color part. Sorry, okay, this one. Easy or not? No, yeah. How, Blossom, is it easy?
No.
Yeah, so that's why it's worth 4 or 5 marks, right? Units and parts. But don't worry, you can score at least 1 or 2 marks, right? Just by coming up with the table and the equation. So you at least secure some marks for this type. Okay, and as I mentioned, these are the more difficult problem sums. These are the difficult problem sums. Only for difficult problem sums we have to do this, but usually maybe there's like 5 marks. It's worth like maybe 5 marks. You won't get all of them like this, just a bit. Okay, so Samuel, 8 minus 5 is 3. What? Okay, you're supposed to make either units or parts the same. So which one did you make the same? Oh, this one not the same at all. So both of you skipped one crucial step. The crucial step is you need to make units or parts the same. Then you go and do the minus. Got it? Right? So you didn't do that part. That part is missing. So with I gotta clear everything. Okay. Okay. That's why this chapter is difficult, right? So which one do we make the same? Either units or parts. Let's say I want to make units the same. So if I make units the same, let me clear everything. Need some space. If I make units the same, so common multiple between 4 and 10 is 20. So 20 now if it is 20, that means this whole thing times 5, this whole thing times 2. So 20u times 5, 4 times 5, 20 plus 8 times 5, 40 equals 40 parts. And then after that, the bottom, 20u minus 10 equals 20 parts. Okay, so can you see that I have made the units the same? Then I proceed to do the minusing, the big minus small thing. So where is the big? Very good. 20 part equals to 30. Wrong. 20 part equals to 50. Why? Because it's 40 minus 10. 40 minus 10. You gotta key in the minus into the calculator. 40 minus 10. You key inside, what do you get? You get 50. Because it's not. Why? Are you asking why? Clear. It's 50. So we get 20 parts equals to 50. Okay? Yeah, so 1 part equals to 2.5. Right? Okay, there's still another part, right? To go and do all this, but later. Because I need to make sure you know how to do this. Yeah, that's another segment already. Sorry, I clear first. I'm going to the next one. Because we're going to try again, right? We need to be able to figure this out, okay? Okay, so I got this equation. Now, the parts are already the same. So can you do for me? You don't have to make the units of parts same already. I just need you to do for me the next step. That is, take the bigger number minus the smaller number. What do you get? Bigger number minus small number, what do you get? Okay, can you work it out? So Samuel here and Blossom here. Okay, this is already the same, so you don't have to go and change anything. It's already one part. So Samuel, just work out what's the next step. Big minus small. Do the big minus small thing. Big minus small.
can't figure out like
Okay, never mind. So that's why this is the part that's difficult, right? So that's why I go slowly, right? We go slowly. So we take the big number minus small number. So 7u minus 2u equals to 5u. Now what is the big number here? Positive 15. So 15 minus 15 equals to 30. And therefore 5 unit is equivalent to 30. See that? Okay, this part where I need to copy down already, okay? Because I'm gonna do the rest of the working. So let me just summarize again. What are the methods to solve this, right? Let me just go through again. It doesn't matter even if we take like one lesson to go through this, because I think it's important to go through. So step one, you see, we read the question, we come up with the before and after table, right? This is the one. Okay, Rapunzel question. Then we assign units at the tops and parts at the bottom. So we recognize that these units and parts because we know that all the numbers has changed. Then after that, we write the equation, blue color part. You see, we wrote the equation here. And the green color part is taking the big number minus the small number. When you take the big number minus small number, you gotta take note of the minus sign. This minus thing, you gotta put it into your calculator when you are doing the question, when you're doing the calculation. Then after that, you compare because it says 5 unit equals to 30. So 1 unit equals to 6. Now if 1 unit equals to 6, okay, how many balloons did she have altogether? Okay, so 1 unit equals to 6. They are looking for how many balloons did she have altogether. So how many units of balloons are there? There are 9 units of balloons. So 9 units. 1 unit equals to 6. So 9u answer is 6 times 9, 54. So the answer is just 54. Okay. Okay, can you see how we do this question? So the tricky part is the minus. The minusing. Okay, coming out of the table easy. Coming out of the equation also easy. The green color part, the minus part is the tricky one. Okay, let me show you another one. So here, what we have done is we come with the table. So the table done, units at the top, parts at the bottom. How do we know units and parts? Because everything changed. Then we come with the equation, right? Then we make units the same, right? We make units the same. So to make units the same, sorry, the equation is the bottom there. So to make units the same, the top we get the times 5, then the bottom we times 2, right? And once we multiply it correctly, we get this thing. 20u plus 40 equals 40 parts. 20u minus 10 equals to 20 parts. Actually, I may stop correction, typing everything. Right. Okay, then we take the big number minus small number. So in this case, big number 40 minus 10 equals to 50. And that is equivalent to 20 parts. Okay, so 20 parts equals to 50. So I'm going to continue from here. Now, if I know 20 parts is 50, if I know 20 part is 50, 1 part equals to 2.5 because we take 50 divided by 20. So 50 divided by 20, we get 2.5. So 1 part is 2.5. The question is find the number of apples Rain had at first. So Rain had 4 units at first, but she had 8 parts after. So I can find 8 parts because I know 1 part is 2.5. So 8 part equals to 2.5 times 8, 20. Right, so she has Rain has 20 apples after that, but this is after adding 8 apples. So we gotta take 20 minus 8, so it's equal to 12. So the answer is 12 for this question. Okay, can you copy this first? Make sure you copy this because later you will have to do homework. Okay, then you gotta refer to all this working. Can you copy this first? Or have you already copied? Yeah, okay, please copy first. Okay, done. Copy. Finish. Okay, let me go on to the next one. So you gotta copy this first, right? If not, you won't be able to do the rest of the question. Next. All right. So same thing. We have come up with the table. We come with the equation. There's a blue color part, and we took the big minus small. So we found that 125 units equals to 210. And so what is 1 unit? 1 unit equals to, we take 210 divided by 125. Wow, I got one weird number. Wait, I better double check. Equation first. Charlie 75 as much as Veron 7500 plus 200. Charlie plus 200. Veron spent. Alamak. Here's 50. It's not 5. I copied wrong. So whole thing wrong. 50. 50. 100 minus 50 for one part. So times 2. So this is 100. Must correct all the mistake first. Minus 100. So 200, so 300. This is 300. So 125U is 300. Yeah, so 1U is 2.4. Right, find the sum of money Charlie had at first. So Charlie had the 75U. Since 1 unit is 2.4, so 75U will be 75 times 2.4, 180. Okay, Charlie had $180. Another units and parts. Copy finish? Yes, Samuel? Blossom, have you copied? I haven't. How about Blossom?
It already.
Okay, Samuel, quickly.
So for the whole day, for the whole time, you've been doing units and parts.
Yes, because it's the most difficult, so we need to spend time to do. No choice. No, like at the beginning we did half an hour. We were checking the before and after, right? The what's that? Difference unchanged. So we spent about 1.5 hours. It's about this. Okay, it's always like that, right? Units and parts is always the most difficult, and that's why people say PSLE difficult. People say the prelim is difficult because they only see the units and parts, right? Wow, you go and correction take all my tools. Hey, I really cannot press on no. When it's missing, I can't press. Okay, next one. All right, so I got 1 part equal to 5. So if I know 1 part equal to 5, the question is how many children were there on the train at first? Children, it's okay. I know after that it was 3 parts. Wait. Sorry, it's not 3 parts. The ratio changed already, right? I got 15. Sorry, 1 part equals to 5. Children is actually 15 parts. So 15 times 15 parts. I need to find 15 parts. 15p equals to 5 times 15, which is 75. Okay, that's just to add in the question. Wait, so here got error, no, sorry. Can't move. How fast how many Charlie had first? 1U 2.4. Here is correct. This one you gotta use 15 parts because that's the we changed all the number. Next, is it okay? Okay, next one. Okay, the last one. So we took the bigger number minus the smaller number. We found 2 unit equals to 24. Let me just continue here. So 1U is 12. Hey, your correction tip. Right, so 1 unit equals to 12. Now if 1 unit is 12, how many pens did Daniel have at the end? So Daniel, it's 1 part. No, Daniel has 8 units. So 8U, wait a minute, it's 4 units. Okay, Daniel has 4 units at first. So 4U is 48, right? So minus 8. So 48 minus 8 equals to 40. So the answer is 40. of course stands for value. U is units, right? So how do you pronounce VU? Voo. It's voo, voo, voo here, voo, voo there, right? So fun, huh? So what type of question is this voo, voo stuff all about, right? So the typical kind is this type. Let's zoom in. This is the typical kind of voo, voo question. Look at this, right? There are thrice as many $2 notes as $5 notes at the back. Given that the total number of amount of money is 462, how many $5 notes are there? PSLE have or not? Yes. Also like 1 or 2 per year. There was one particular year, it was a 5 marks question on this VU thing. Wow. Even I also have difficulty doing. Okay, it's the walkathon question. I don't know if you remember doing the PSLE booklet, right? If you see a walkathon, some walkathon 5 mark question, it's the VU thing. Okay, and usually when there's money involved and units, right? It's VU, VU for VU. So how do we do this? Now you see, the alternative of VU, right, is guess and check. Okay, if you don't know how to do VU, just use guess and check, or you can use assumption or supposition. What's the meaning of supposition? That means you suppose everything is $2 note, or you suppose everything is $5 note. Okay, but here there's a problem because we don't know the number of notes, so we cannot suppose. Got it? So VU question means they give you value. That means they give you, there's a $2 thing and then there's a $5 thing. Okay, where do we put the value? So you see the V, this one is the V value, $2 and $5. This is the value. Okay, then they give you units. Where are the units? There are thrice as many $2 as $5. That means the units of 2 units, right? The unit, you see this one 3, this one 1. Wow, Sam, you lucky you never clear my thing, you know you sing song, you know. Blossom, would you like to hear Samuel sing a song?
Maybe.
Die already. We're gonna sing. We're gonna make you sing a song today. You draw some more lah. Make you sing song, right? Is it your birthday, Blossom?
No.
No, but can you pretend it's your birthday?
Okay.
Later, right? If you draw again. Sam, you draw one more time, that's it, man. You're gonna sing a song. Okay, so given that the total amount of money is 462, so where's the total value? Total value is here. I put at the top, right? Total value 462. So every time I see this, boo boo will, appear in my head. Boo boo, Mr. Teng, boo boo, VU, VU. Why VU, VU? Because what you need to do is you need to take value times unit. You must multiply them. All right. So for example, if you take 2 times 3, I get boo boo 6. So 6 VU. And then here 5 times 1, I get 5 VU. Then then what I need to do is I need to add them together. So 5 plus 6 become 11 VU. And this 11 VU, right, is actually, wait, I'm going to write here. So 11 VU is equivalent to $462. So what I need to do is I want to find 1 VU. That's why I divide. See, I divide. I'm just writing it working again. 462 divided by 11 equals to $42. So 1 VU becomes $42. We want to find what's the, okay, wait, is it 42? Let me double check. I'm working a bit weird. 462 divided by 11. Yeah, it's 42. So 1 V is 42. So if 1 V is 42, how many $5 wait, what's the question? How many $5 notes are there? So there are 5 VU. 5 VU of $5 notes, right? See this? It's 5 VU. So 5 VU is equal to 42 times 5, $210. And because each note is $5, I have 210 worth of $5 notes. I take 210 divided by $5, I get 42 again. Okay? So the number of notes is just 42. So this example, the answer is given, so you can take a look. Right? I'm just explaining this. So here's another example of a question that you can use VU. So it's about animals, right? Have you seen this type of question before? Very common, right? 2 marks. 1 mark, 2 mark can be MCQ, can be the open section B, right? Okay, so cows to chicken. So where is the value? Now I have the units. Units given to us here. 4:7. So I got units 4. So here is U and 7. But the number of legs are different because a cow has 4 legs. So this B, all right, use blue color. So cow has 4 legs, chicken 2 legs. So you multiply together, this 16 VU, this one 14 VU, add together 30 VU. So 30 VU is equivalent to 960 legs. So 960 equal 30 VU, 1 VU is 32. So they are asking for how many cows? Because for cows, right, there are a total of 16 VU. So 16 VU, you take 32 times 16, right? 32 times 16. Right, so there are 512 legs for cows, right? There are 512 legs. And then there are each cow has 4 legs, got it? So we take 512 divided by 4. Therefore, we get 128 cows. Okay, so that's the calculation. Yeah, so using VU, you will know, you can calculate like altogether how many legs are there for that particular animal. Next. Okay, so here, I'm going to do this to show you how it works, right? So the ratio of the number of 20-cent coins to 50-cent coin, okay. So what is the value here? V. The value, right, is 20 cent.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Samuel, you can't hear me. Samuel, what is this picture? Play game, Fortnite. Okay. Hi, welcome back. With us. Okay, welcome back to the last part. This is the last portion of our PSLE Math intensive course, where we go through difficult topics. Okay, we'll be going through difficult topics as well as in this particular topic that I want to go through a bit, because I find that there's actually an easy solution for very difficult questions. Now, this particular topic is about average. Now, I know you all know average because average is learned in P5. So it's not a topic that is, that is very difficult to understand, like speed, circles, all this stuff. Okay, but what we want to go through, why do I want to go through this is because there's actually a very simple concept that you can use to learn. That you can learn, and then which you can use to do very difficult questions. So I'm just going to introduce this concept to you today. Okay. So now when I solve average questions, I like to use the Tan triangle. TAN triangle. Now, what is this TAN triangle? So T here, A here, N here, right? T stands for total, A stands for average, and N stands for number of items. Okay, N is number of items. So, for example, let me just give you an example. If there are 3 persons, 1, 2, 3, and if each one of them has different number of, let's say, money, right? So this one is $4. This guy has like $8, and then this one has like $6. What is the average amount of money that they have? So what we do is we'll take 4 plus 8 plus 6, correct? Then we divide it by 3, which will give us $18 divided by 3. So it's $6. So the average is $6. So if we look at the triangle, how does it work out? You see the total, it's $18, because if you take 8, this one is $18. Now the number of people, there are 3 of them, and the average is $6 each. So using the Tan triangle, we know that if I take 6 times 3, it will give me 18. That means if you take the average times the number of items, you'll get the total, right? Which also tells me, let's say this is like the DST triangle, right? If I want to find total, I take average times the number of items. If I want to find average, circle average, I gotta take total divided by the number of items. And same thing, if I want to find the number of items, circle here, I just take total divided by average. Okay, so this is called the Tan, T-A-N, triangle for you to find or to solve average questions. Okay, and specifically you can use 2. I'm going to show you an example. Okay, here's an example of a difficult average question. So a certain number of cups of tea was brewed in a coffee shop. The average weight of the cup was 90 grams. So after 2 additional cups were each 94 grams were added, the average weight became 91 grams. Now typically, usually, this type of question, right, will be very tough. That means if you read this thing, for a lot of students, usually what they do is they give up or they use guess and check. Okay, but what I'm trying to say now is that you can actually use the TAN triangle. In fact, you use 2 TAN triangle. Why? Because there are 2 scenarios. There are 2 different averages and there are 2 different number of items. Okay, so in the first, let's look at the information and see where they can go into. So for example, the first one, the average weight is 90. So I put 90 here first. Okay, this is one side. After 2 additional cups were added, so I need to add 2 more, no? Right, this is another scenario because I have a new average here. Each 94 grams were added. Now, because each one of them is 94 grams, so if I take 94 times 2, my total must also increase to T plus 188. Correct? Because the total is not the same. It's not the previous one anymore. It's T plus 188. The average became 91 grams. So this is my new average. So this is the first triangle is the old average. And the new triangle is, of course, the new average. And now the problem is how many cups of tea were there at first? You know, how to find something like that. So my proposed solution is we try to find the total. Right? You try to find the total, or you try to fill in as much information as you can into either of the triangles first. Okay? So from the first triangle, which is, I know that the total is 90 times n. So it's a bit of algebra here, right? 90 times n. That's t. So t is 90 times n. Next, we put it into the second triangle. What do we mean by putting it? We compare it with the second triangle. Because over here, the total t plus 188, the t is 90 plus n. So t plus 188, it should give me 91 times n plus 2. Okay, here's a bit abstract, right? If you are like a bit confused, I totally understand, okay? Because we are doing very difficult problem sums, right? Did it appear before this one? Very rare, maybe once in 2-3 years, like that, okay? But prelim might have, right? Okay, so what we do is we have to go and find the value of n, because the value of n is equal to 6 in this case. How do we do that? You see 91n, if I take this multiply inside, I'm going to get 91n plus 182, and if I compare here and here, you see a minus because 90n plus 188 is the same as 91n plus 182, so 1n has to be 6. Okay, now this example may be a bit tough, but let me look at another one. Okay, here's another one. So Mr. Yam went shopping, bought 8 skirts from the first shop. So this is the first shop. Right, he bought 3 more identical skirts at 42.50 cents each from the second shop. So here's the second shop. Right, the average cost of all his skirts was decreased by $1.50. So because at first it's 8, and if you go to he went to the second shop and bought 3 more, so the number of skirts becomes 11. So I fill in the information. Right, the average cost was decreased by 150. So average cost, instead of A, at first is A, which stands for average. Now the A decreased by 150, and we can fill in this data here. It says the total is T plus 127.5. Why? Because I have 3 more. There's 3 more in the second shop. So the total, you got to take 4250 times 3, which gives us 127.50. So you got to add it to the total in the second shop. So in the second shop, what it says is that total plus the original total plus 127.5 is the same as A minus 1.5 times 11. Okay. So from the first triangle, T equals 8A. Then put it into the second triangle because T equals to 8A. So I'm going to circle this green color bit. So T, this one put into here. The T is replaced with 8A. So 8a plus 127.5 is equals to a 11 times a minus 15. Because to find the total here is a minus 15 times 11. Average times number of items. Okay. So I will get, you do a comparison again, you will get a equals to 48 and the total cost is 511.5. Now this one is difficult once again because it's the advanced average stuff. Okay, next.
You're recording?
But it's always recording, right?
Blow out the phone.
Everything is always recording.
Huh?
The whole
Are you
thing
gonna
is
put it on YouTube, this one?
depends. No, but I will. What I did was I extracted like a bit of stuff. I cannot put the whole thing.
It's too long.
No, because how should I put it? There's too much parts where I just go like you know. So I have to go and edit. I won't be putting the whole thing. Okay, I just want to just record and see. Right. Anyway, all are recorded. The whole thing is recorded.
Huh?
Yeah, everything is recorded. Right, but we will not put it out. You got it? We don't put it out. Why is it recorded? Is for proof purpose. Right, all online lessons, right, are always recorded one. As you can see, some at the top. Okay, they are all recorded lessons. Okay, so yeah.
I only saw your science one.
You saw the science one. Maths one, I don't really put a lot, right? Except for the primary, the P6 Saturday class. I will extract like a few questions, 1 or 2 questions, right?
Wait.
Huh? Yes?
I saw
Our
the Wednesday one.
class?
Say again. Yours both say the same thing. Okay. What do you all say?
I say I only saw the science, the Wednesday one.
The Wednesday science. Okay. How about Samuel? What do you say?
Wait,
Is
you
it-
mean the only maths thing you put on your YouTube channel is from the class with Tedio?
Yes.
Like our class?
Yeah, because they are very funny.
Ah?
Yeah,
How
I have a
about
lot of
the
jokes, you know. Yeah, you know my Wednesday class, right? I put the Wednesday. Then someone asked me some weird question, like, why do you go and ask the student to go and find out some butterfly thing? I was like, what are you talking about? I have no idea. The YouTube, people comment, okay? Yeah. So, but you're funny, Tedio. Especially Tedio.
Tedio.
Yeah, he's always like, then after that, yeah. So he be
Tedio
there.
is like,
Yeah, he's mostly in the thing, right? So all these special classes like this, right? I don't really put, but our regular classes I will put, right? Then the other thing is that currently my Wednesday and I have 2 science classes. We're doing a lot of stuff like prelim papers, and then we go very very quickly. So a lot of the questions, we don't do, That means the students immediately give answer, right? So I don't have a lot of talking inside. So that's why you don't see a lot of science videos now. Unlike last year. Last year I do a lot of explanation. So usually I only put when I'm explaining because according to schools, right, we are not supposed to put students' face inside videos. Got it? We are not supposed to put students' face. So even with Daniel inside, yes.
Why if the students don't mind?
Yeah, it doesn't like you you don't mind, right? So I put you in YouTube live, right or not? Blossom, he's a YouTube star, Samuel's a YouTube star, YouTuber. People say, oh, so cute, that little boy, so cute. I can do mathematics. YouTube.
So I saw him on YouTube that day because I saw
you see, you're a star, When you go to market, people recognize you, Samuel. Have or not? Don't have. Because you know why? You cut your hair already. Last time the hair very long. Now it's shorter. By the way, that is a consultation. This is Blossom for information, right? So that live, I think it was a consultation, right? So all these consultation we do for you, you have. Say it again.
My Chinese friend for Chinese tuition asked me whether I go A scholarship because he saw me on YouTube.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
See now you're famous already, right? People know who you are. And sometimes, okay, to be honest, when I was outside, right, because of our YouTube channel, sometimes I go to the shopping mall and then people look at me weird, Like, I don't know. They're like, don't know whether I'm that Mr. Teng or am I not that Mr. Teng. So I will be looking at them and say, why are you behaving like that? So yeah, it's a little bit weird, right? And then there was another parent that came up to me and said, are you the guy who talk about P6 math and science? And I said, yes, I'm the guy who cracks lame jokes in the YouTube channel. Yeah. Only one, so far only one, right? One of them came up and asked me. Okay, the rest, most of our viewers, they are just quietly watching, right? They don't really comment much. Okay, but also nowadays I'm doing a lot of secondary school. We have a lot of secondary school students also, right? So I also try to put a bit of them up there. Okay, we left with 10 minutes, so better go quickly. All right, so this one is difficult math topics. Oh, by the way, I just want to reiterate one more time. If usually we don't put students' face, okay, in YouTube videos because unless the parent or the student doesn't mind. Okay, why? Because I ever had one, I think I told Samuel before, I ever had one student who, the video was really funny, very funny. It's a math, P5 math. So I put it up into the Facebook. Wow, it spread a lot, no. Until the parent, right? That means the boy's parent was told by another parent, hey, your boy appeared in the video, very funny. Right? Then after that, the parent kind of told me, hey, how come my boy is in the video? I didn't know about that. Yeah, so not so nice, you know? So usually I will remove, or I will put one blur, like your face, Samuel's face will be like pixelated face. But Samuel doesn't mind, so it's okay. I'm also okay because honestly, if you ask me, I think it's not a big deal, right? To be on YouTube. At first, when I first started, it was very scary. Then after that, never mind nobody cares one, right? Because after all, it's so tiny, right? The face is so tiny. It's like 1 5-cent coin, so they can't really recognize who you are. Okay, they will not go and scrutinize and say that, oh, Samuel, this guy recognize his feature. Okay, like even if you go to the streets, right, because you cut your hair and maybe you change the spectacle, they won't recognize you, but they probably recognize the way you speak. Right? Like my 2 years ago, my science student, they speak in they are from Hong Kong, so they have the Hong Kong accent, right? They speak with the Hong Kong accent when they are doing P6 science questions. So it's very funny also. Okay, but anyway, all those are no face, right? No, we don't show the face unless you don't mind. Okay. Yeah. So let's continue. Right, I left with 5 minutes already. So, okay. So one difficult math topic that I want to talk about is percentage. And typically, the problem with percentage is this thing called the different 100% concept. Now, what is the different 100% concept? So let me give you an example. So let's say I have a discount. Let's say this item, let's say a shirt costs $100. Okay, the price tag is $100. And then after that, there is a 20% discount. 20% discount. Okay, can you tell me what is the 100% in this case? Do you know what I'm talking about? If there's a 20% discount, my 100% will be $100, right? Do you understand? This is 100%. And then after that, I can find 20%. So 20% is just $20. So after discount, what is the price of the shirt? The price of the shirt becomes $80 after discount. Okay, I haven't come to the different 100% concept. Now they say that they charge GST. GST, how many percent do you know?
7%.
Yeah, GST 7%. So GST 7%. Now, can you tell me which is my new 100%? Do I use $100 or do I use $80? What is the GST now? Is it after discount or before discount? Okay, do you know what I'm talking about? So now the 7%, right? I want to calculate 7% GST. Is it based on $100 or is it based on $80?
80.
Very good. So this is what I mean by the new 100%. Okay, so now my $80 becomes the new 100% because the 7% GST is not on the original $100. It's on the new 100%. So the new 100% is now $80 and I can find 1%. 1% is actually 80 cents. Yeah, and 7% will be $5.60. So my GST amount is $5.60, right? Why? Because now I have a new 100%. You see, at first my 100% is the $100. Okay, now the new 100% is $80. Okay, so this is what I mean by a different 100% concept. And usually percentage questions are not difficult unless you have a different 100%. Then it becomes difficult. Okay, so here it's just to remind you, it's just for your awareness. Okay, for awareness and make sure you know about this. Okay, so percentage, we have a different 100% concept. Okay, do you need to copy this now? No need. Okay, so I move on. Right, so I'm going to different topics. Okay, next, algebra. Just a quick revision. So algebra is being introduced into P6. So what do you need to remember? You need to remember to separate the number and the alphabet. So for example, you have a 2n plus 5 plus 3n minus 2. Okay, where are the alphabet variables? This is the alphabet variable. This is the alphabet variable. You cannot mix the alphabet variable with the number. So what do you need to do? You need to combine them separately. That means you need to rearrange the thing. It becomes 2n plus 3n plus 5 minus 2. Got it? So rearrange alphabet one side, number one side, then you do the evaluation. 5n plus 3 is the number. I mean, it's the final answer, right? So usually people find it a bit difficult because this is algebra. Algebra is an abstract topic. Okay, it's a topic that you you just started learning this, right? Okay, so always separate the number and the alphabet. Okay, don't lump them together because some people are going to lump everything together. Then suddenly, they say, oh, this one equal to 8n. Cannot, this is wrong. Okay, it's not equal to 8n, right? It's wrong. Because alphabet is one side, number is one side. Okay, just to recap. Next one. Okay, so circles. Now, why do I say, okay, circles questions usually are not too difficult. But the problem now is that speed is not tested anymore. Okay, because speed is not tested anymore, I'm expecting like more difficult circle questions, right? So for circle questions, first we must know the formula. So the formula for area and the formula for circumference. Right, so what is the formula for area? The formula for area is pi times r times r, which r stands for the radius, okay? Circumference stands 2 times pi times r. Now, what is pi? Pi is either 3.14 the 22 over 7. Okay, usually for P6 level you use these two, you don't use anything else, right? So it's either 3.14 or 22 over 7. So that's the formula. Now, which you need to memorize because it's not given anywhere, right? In your P6 they don't give you the thing. Okay, at the P6 level. Wait, is that the last one? Okay, yes. All right, so then we have advanced circle concept. Now, apart from knowing these two, there are additional two things that you need to know how to find. First one is what we call the half leaf. All right, then the second one is what I call the arrowhead. So I'm going to draw it to show you how it looks like. Okay, half leaf. First, we draw this thing. And we draw this thing here. So this, okay, I'm doing a bad job of drawing a square. Wait, let me draw a square. So this is a square. And I have a quadrant. Okay, if I were to draw one line like this, okay, this is the middle. Half leaf is right here. This is called half leaf. Okay, and then where is the arrowhead? The arrowhead, I'm going to just use this light blue. So arrowhead is light blue. Okay, so arrowhead is it looks like this shape, and then the half leaf, it looks like this. So apart from knowing just the formula, okay, you need to know these two advanced circle concepts, how to find half leaf and arrowhead, because most of the difficult questions, right? Most of the questions, when they are difficult, they actually involve either half leaf or an arrowhead. Okay, so what is the formula, or how do we do this? To find a half leaf, you take a quadrant area, sorry, these are all area, minus triangle, minus triangle. To find an arrowhead, you use a square, area of square, minus quadrant. Okay, let me explain what I mean. So, can you see okay, let's look at the half leaf. So quadrant minus triangle, where is the quadrant? I'm going to use highlighter, red color highlighter. Okay, quadrant is this thing. Quadrant, wow, so big. Quadrant, a bit too big. Reach, smaller. Quadrant, this is the quadrant, minus our triangle, So this is the triangle. See that? We will find half leaf. Easy? Must know, Blossom, are you aware of these two things?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So to find arrowhead, you take the square. So this is the square. The area of the square minus the quadrant. So remove the quadrant. Don't want quadrant. You'll find arrowhead. Okay, so just be aware of these two items. Okay, so we are now at the end of our course. It's an intensive maths course. Right, it's an intensive maths course. Why? Because we actually cram a lot of stuff inside. So just to recap, again, what we have done, right? Now, heuristics is not everything. I did not show you every single one of the heuristics. Okay, I only chose this specific stuff, which I think is important. I think that will appear. Okay, what are those? Before and after, all the 4 types of before and after, value and units, remainder concept, repeated identity, equal concept. Okay, I think these are the ones that will, they have a very high chance of coming out. So there are a lot of stuff that I'm skipping, right? What gap and difference, work backwards, speed, the extra shot, all this stuff. I'm not doing any of those, okay? Because I think we should concentrate our efforts on all those things that has a higher chance of appearing, okay? So they're all inside here. And then finally, I went through averages because I think averages is going to be important, as well as certain things to take note of for the different topics. Okay, like for example, percentage, you must know the different percentage. Circles, make sure you know the half leaf and the arrowhead. And wait, what's the last one? Second last one. Okay, algebra and the different 100% concept, because I think these are the stuff that they will be testing a bit more on. They'll be testing a bit more on these things since speed is taken away and removed. All right, so that's the end of our course. Just if you see the last few pages, are just some of the stuff that we have at A Scores. Weekly tuition classes is the one that Samuel goes to. Problem solving classes, so far we don't have because okay, so far I have, but those are private students, like the Thai student I talk about. Every time I see him, I only do maths problems. He only want to do difficult maths problems. He doesn't want to do MCQ, topics and all this stuff. Okay, so we have that. Of course, it's not just for science or math. We have for English as well. So if you're interested, you can always join us. And last but not least, thanks for your attention. Okay, you have been great students for the past 4 days of 2 hours each.